Hello, hello. We are here once more with Terra Invicta. This is season 2. Very exciting. Yep. We are minus the Jordan today, at least for the beginning of the day. He should be here in an hour or so. And we will have Audrey jump in when that happens. But in the meantime, we get the anime intro playing with cool scenes of you guys being cool and shots of Vanthus, being the villain and all that sort of stuff. We see pirates, we see swashbuckling, we see explosions, we see lots of fun stuff like that. And then it says Terra Invicta Season 2. And I think we bring in the shot in media res on a kind of shadowy dock. Let me see if I can drag you guys to this map.
Is he wearing like the lab coat and he has like a scalpel going?
No.
Not that kind of dock.
No. Can you guys see stuff on this map?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So I'm imagining we see this ship kind of like right up against. I think there's like a warehouse here, and the ship is right up against the warehouse. And there's some sort of, that there is a deal that's going to happen here, right? This ship has come in smuggling a particularly powerful set of magic items. It is I don't actually think you know what it is, but it's that, right? It's a set of magic items that the Verdict wants. And so the people who are giving it to the Verdict aren't part of the Verdict. They're smugglers of one sort or another, or treasure hunters or something like that. But they are going to show up. They've pulled in their boat to this warehouse, right up to next to the warehouse, and they are waiting for the rendezvous for a Verdict agent to come and pay for the goods and take them away. And you've been given a tip that this is happening by some informant, but Muriel, the one of the members of the Adamant League, she's a bard. She let Takui in on what's happening here, and both gave her a mission to prove herself and also a chance to get back at the Verdict, because Takui doesn't really like the Verdict very much, so she was fine with that. But so my thought is we see you guys like hiding in the bushes, right? Like off to the side, in the corner of this map, watching, these smugglers walk here and there on their ship, kind of tensely waiting for this mission to go down. We see a couple of them like leaning over the railing, and one of them like spits off the side, and then the camera pans and we see probably Deli's head like poke out of a bush, right? And yeah,
and cast. Probably I've been casting this, but wait a second.
Do you want to take the Deli voice off before Deli is actually talking?
I was enjoying the Jelly voice. Thank you very much.
It's hard to understand when you're just talking.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Actually, wait a second. Okay, it's been a while. I don't know if I can do Drew's ritual spellcast.
I can never remember what 5th edition does with that.
Okay, it looks like druids can ritual spellcast. I was just asking because I was asking because detect magic is a ritual spell. So probably what would be happening is I've been casting detect magic as a ritual spell to kind of get an idea of what we're dealing with.
Understandable.
Okay. If it's I know I said I was going to lean into the whole wild magic thing, but I would guess ritual magic, and especially given things I've written, detect magic probably wouldn't cause much problem. Given I'm taking more time to put into it, or does that make sense?
That's a good question.
Because it's not casting a spell; it's casting a ritual.
Yeah, it's not casting a spell; it doesn't use a spell slot.
I think that's the stipulation, right? It's like you use a spell slot, and then that's when wild magic can go off. I think that's probably the case. Yeah, so you're fine with just ritual. You're taking enough care. Right. Yeah, you're taking enough care with the spell casting that there's no risk. So,
yeah. So I've cast detect magic to see
what's the range on
what we're dealing with. It might only be 30 feet.
It's 30. Yeah.
Yeah. So from this angle, you're definitely not going to get anything. So
we're like,
I don't smell anything yet. We're not close enough. I'll keep it up though.
Should I stealth up and see what the deal is?
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Is real quick, I guess, before we go any further, do we have a idea just among us what Audrey might be doing during this time? Like, is he doing something related to this mission, or what do you think?
He's kind of roguish too, isn't he?
He
He's
is,
sneaky.
yeah.
Maybe he is already kind of in there and like sneaking around
in the boat.
Yeah.
Knowing him.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I could definitely picture like, you know, we see this from you guys in the bushes, and then we pan over and we see like Audrey like on the other side of the ship, like slowly like trying to climb up or something.
Well, maybe he's like trying to blend in with them and kind of like get an idea of the intel about like what's happening and like what the
Oh, you know what?
is.
I like that even better. Yeah, let's say
I wouldn't be surprised if he infiltrated it. Already.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Let's say that's what's happening, right? That's actually a really good idea. Is he's already infiltrated the crew, like even like a day before this, right? And so like he was in the new hire who got hired on for this job. You guys got rid of one of their original crew, and then he like became their new hire, and so he's gonna be in there. When all this goes down, he'll be able to jump to your guys' aid, in theory. So cool. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
So this is like the warehouse building,
Exactly. Yeah.
which has a roof, but we can just see inside because it's a map.
Yes, pretty much.
So can I use my ring of jumping and jump on top of it to sneak up?
On the roof? Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that actually do exactly, the ring of jumping?
I can cast the jump spell on myself, which is...
Don't know what that does either.
I know, I'm pulling it up.
Yeah.
It's my jump distance is tripled and my movement is already 40.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing I can hop on a roof pretty easily.
Let's just have you make an acrobatics check, mainly to do it in a way that's not going to like draw attention to yourself or make any noise.
That'd be acrobatics or stealth.
It's the same for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I guess let's have you roll stealth, because that's you're right, Seth. It's less about, we know Anna can do the acrobatics part of this. It's just can you do it stealthily?
20.
So, yeah, 20 is totally fine. Yeah.
Okay.
So would you like to describe that for us, Anna? Cool new Anna with her steampunk glasses. Or goggles.
So you see that I'm assuming we're here at night. It looks dark out.
Yep.
So as we're sneaking up, you see I like kind of adjust my little steampunk night vision goggles that I can see so clearly through. Like, wow, a whole new world I didn't know that existed at nighttime.
I can see clearly now with goggles on.
Thank you, Seth. Thank you.
And then I kind of twirl my ring on my finger. And as I push off from the ground, you see me using my brand new fancier quarter staff that I have that has some carvings on it. And as I leap onto the roof.
Cool. Yeah. See her do a couple of cool flips, run up a wall. And then we see you take a look inside the building, basically.
Yeah.
And I mean, might as well roll a perception test. I mean, it's not investigation because you haven't like scoured the place
there's nothing
yet,
specific for me to see.
At the very least, we can see what you at a glance notice.
16?
16 is not super bad. I think
not super bad, just kind of bad.
No.
16?
16 is fine. 16 is fine. So the warehouse itself, you obviously see plenty of stuff being stored there. Like, it is a warehouse. I think that the information you were given is that this isn't necessarily like a warehouse where either this smuggling circle, whatever it is, or the verdict keeps stuff. So this is probably either just a warehouse that some other thief or criminal organization hires out for clandestine activities like this.
Rendezvous point.
Yeah, it's like a rendezvous point. So there's probably stuff in here to, like, there's barrels and crates and stuff. And Anna, like, nothing out of the ordinary seems to jump out to you. And the information you were given was basically like, yeah, I mean, most of the stuff in the warehouse is going to be like normal stuff that if the guards came, they wouldn't be suspicious of. So in the warehouse itself is actually just kind of empty in terms of people. No one's walking around. Or
I don't see any
patrolling.
people.
Yeah, it seems like it's pretty empty. It looks like they're on the ship, if anywhere.
Okay.
At least with the 16, you don't see anything else.
Yeah, I would kind of like to somehow do a signal of like this area, nothing, like we're clear.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure, we can say you guys agreed on a hand signal beforehand.
Look, do not like.
So we know
I
that the
feel
goods
like
are on the boat.
Yeah,
that's at least my thought.
That's
like-
her instinct, yeah.
And Anna does some hand signal. Deli turns to Tigly, goes,
What was that supposed to mean?
We made up like 6 different ones and I can't remember.
I just go,
It's on the boat.
and I like creep over towards the boat to be like, come on, gang.
Here you go. This is the sign for boat. Boat. There.
Anna, I didn't know you know Druidic.
Just a few words here and there.
Yeah, to be honest, we do know that at least in England, Druidic is a hand sign language. So, yeah.
forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know if we ever determined if that was the case for Delhi's version of Druidic, but I assume it wouldn't be too different because every Druid knows this language. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It would be some hand signals sort of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. Like the hand signals she made up are like, those aren't the things I know. I'm just being a butt at this point. That's not actually a thing.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, so Anna, we see you like sneak up
our
on the
goal is
rafters
just
over
to
here.
get the items,
Yeah.
not necessarily to like kill any verdict members.
I mean,
Well, these are
so-
smugglers. We don't know if they're verdict members.
Yeah, the smugglers probably aren't verdict members. There is an agent coming to pick up the goods. Now, what Muriel told you was basically your objectives are get the stuff and don't tie it back to the Adamant League. Right? That's the number one thing, or those are the objectives of this mission. Anything else is kind of, within limits. So
If that's what I was told, then I would like this whole time. Can we assume that I am trying to do non-lethal damage
Sure.
with
Yep.
my staff?
we can assume
Okay.
that. Yeah, sounds good. Staff's a pretty easy thing to not do lethal damage with. So yeah. You can just whack people.
Whack.
Certainly easier to do non-lethal damage with a staff than a sword. So
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
why I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like if you add with a quarterstaff, it makes it easier to agree to.
exactly. Cool. Yeah. So I mean, Anna's like poking her head down. She sees, the smugglers kind of like wandering around, just kind of like shooting the breeze, just waiting. And then Tigly and Deli.
Is the anchor like down or is it up? on the
So yeah, it would be down.
Okay.
As far as you guys can tell, I mean, Anna can certainly see that it's down. I don't know if you guys, from your vantage point, can necessarily see that, but the assumption would be yes, it is.
Cool. Just want
Wait
to
a
make sure they
second.
can't.
Even
get
if it wasn't, I mean, it wouldn't be easy to pull out a ship of this size quickly. So
it would still be a little easier though.
yeah, without it, yes. If the anchor wasn't down, yes.
Okay, Caleb, I have a question.
Mhm.
Since I now have my trident of fish command thingy, would I have been able to find an animal, or can I and say like in preparation for this, I like found an animal and it's like, hey, come, like maybe not even
How long does it
necessarily.
last?
Okay, this is what I was getting. This is what I was going to get at. Not necessarily because I also have speak with animals.
Yeah.
So could I have like tried to talk to an animal and convinced it to like meet us here at this like be around in this area?
Mhm, certainly, yeah. Do you know what you were going to try for? Like what kind of animal?
I don't. What else in this area that Deli would know about?
I mean, there would probably be the most obvious thing if you're looking for something that's going to be like useful to you guys is probably like a porpoise of one sort or another, right? Like that's probably
Dolphin.
like a dolphin or something like that. I don't know exactly. I don't know what porpoises are like around the West African coast, but
Can we have a narwhal?
let's take a look. There's whales. Yes, there are dolphins. Yep. A pantropical spotted dolphin or a bridal dolphin are definitely options for you. So, as well as killer whales, manatees. Yeah, there's West African manatees.
They're gentle giants.
Okay, here's a real question. We're on a dock. Is this
Crocodiles.
This is
Crocodile.
I was thinking crocodile because a crocodile
Crocodile
could
would-
actually go up and like attack them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not as cute, I know.
Okay,
It's your trident.
Okay. Actually, okay. Option though, but Deli wouldn't want to go with the crocodile because they would try and kill the crocodile. And they'd probably kill the crocodile and that'd make her sad. So I'd probably actually go if I can find it, I will go with the killer whale so I can ram the boat.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, okay. this is
I figure there's going to be a roll.
There's definitely going to be a roll here. The issue is I don't know if it's going to be a roll that like about Deli's skill in anything. I think the first roll is like a luck save. Does there happen to be a killer whale in the bay anywhere?
Maybe
right?
like a luck save to see what kind of animal I can even find.
Yes. So go ahead and make a luck save. You do get to add your proficiency bonus, but
that did not add
13.
No, it did have my proficiency.
Yeah, 13 is going to give you like the most obvious animals that would be in this harbor, which would be a crocodile or various fish. Those are like the most obvious ones.
And a crocodile's the biggest thing I could find?
Probably. Yep. Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot more obvious that a crocodile will be around here than a dolphin even. Because it's like a saltwater swamp almost at this point. So
I don't know if as much as like that could help, Deli knows that the animal would get hurt and she doesn't want to deal with the moral consequences of getting an animal hurt. So she'd be like, no.
Okay. Yep. So Deli searches around for an animal to help her, sees the crocodile, knows what would happen, and just shakes her head and walks away.
I don't want you to be a shoe.
Fair.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay,
Yep.
never mind.
So do Deli and Takui like sneak forward then?
Well, if that's the case, then if I couldn't find anything, Deli would go into wolf form.
Okay. Yeah, that works. Yeah, we see Deli transform into a pink furred wolf. Oh, I need to make a.
Yeah, I'm wondering
not
if
that big.
Oh, yeah. How big is a wolf? Is it just medium?
Just a standard like
Oh, it is medium. Yeah. I was thinking of the warg that you guys attacked earlier. I need to make this a standard token so that I don't have to keep adding the stats to it every time. There we go. Cool. There is Deli in wolf form. So you guys gonna creep forward then?
I wonder if Audrey would do something to like distract them from like our general area.
I can just say you guys are getting advantage on this.
That's what I was trying to do with the killer whale. I have a +4 to stealth in wolf form.
Yeah,
oh wow.
Who has the
That's
lowest?
a 6.
Oh.
I have the lowest.
I was gonna say, so this is how we've done it every time before. So I'll say you're safe, Deli. Takui, you go ahead and make a stealth check, and this will be the stealth for both of you with advantage.
Okay.
That would have had advantage.
Oh, we had
anyway,
advantage, so it would have been a 20 anyway.
Yep.
Okay. Well, this might not end up good for us.
Yep.
We'll see.
Oh, no.
5. You managed to roll worse than my low roll.
That's pretty bad.
Well, leave it up
It's
to
fine.
Takui to be a
Hey.
screw up.
I'm still hidden. I'm on the roof.
That's true.
right?
That's true. I'm trying to think of exactly how this goes down.
All I know is after whatever happens, Wolf Deli just looks at you with a look that you can tell means,
Really?
So I think what happens is this is going to be more of a soft move than a hard move, using Power by the Apocalypse terms. We're going to see that the smugglers notice something and are now on edge, but then you know what happens is maybe Takui like stumbles as you guys are going forward, and then one of the smugglers looks around the bend, and we see Deli like grab Takui by the shirt with her mouth and like drag her into a bush, and when they look, they don't see you.
I'm a wolf.
That's what I said.
with her paw.
No,
Just to
with
grab
her
her by
mouth.
Oh, with their mouth.
Oh, I thought you
That's
said
what I
by
said.
the mouth like
no,
that.
No, with her mouth. No,
Okay.
like with her mouth grabbing her shirt and like, dragging her into the
Mm-hmm.
bush. And so we see that, and they would probably like investigate it further. But what actually ends up happening is we see a woman step up who acts like either didn't see you or acts like they didn't see you. But she walks forward like pretty close to where you were. And she looks like this. So, pretty. She has long brown hair, kind of like soft features. She has like a kind of smirk on her face. Like she looks pretty self-confident. And she kind of steps forward. She's wearing utilitarian, not like a worker's clothes or anything like that, but like probably like the sort of clothes you would expect a criminal to be wearing in this city. So like leather or tight black clothing, something like along those lines. Maybe a combination of both. And she steps forward and just kind of slowly makes her way down the dock. And you guys weren't given any information about who like the verdict agent would be. You just know there would be one. But this, I mean, it's a good assumption to assume this is probably the person. So they just start walking towards the dock. It seems like the smugglers relax when they see her because they're just, oh, okay, this must be the person we're looking for. What do you guys do? You guys are like in the bush. Just like
Give me a second.
walking forward.
Do we would have had a plan beforehand of what to do, wouldn't we?
Mhm.
So like what?
I don't know, what would it be?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, so we could like talk all three of us, like what we would have planned to do. Like, would we have wait to see what happened? So like, because we have to like see like, okay, this is actually the person, or would we attack like before then?
I would just say, like, from our knowledge of the verdict, we know they have like pretty powerful people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, like, we probably don't want the handoff to actually get made, because what if they can escape by magical means and we have nothing to stop them?
Yeah, so I think probably the plan was to try to steal it before the verdict agent got here.
Yeah.
And if not, then cause enough of a distraction to get it. So I think based on your information,
I don't think we can let her get the stuff.
Based on the information that you guys were given, you assumed you had more time than this to actually try to steal it. So she's probably here early.
Classic.
Yeah, classic rendezvous politics.
The question is, how powerful do we think this woman is?
Good question.
Wait, let me look at my character sheet again. Just
so let's say, can one of them do like an insight or investigation or something to see if they can see how strong she is?
You can make an insight check, but it's not going to give you a whole lot of detail.
What's insight again?
Just some guesses, some educated guesses.
Wisdom,
yeah.
Because my stats are different, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I got no clue.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I could make an insight check, but I'm on the roof. Okay.
I mean, you have a good vantage point to look at.
Oh, that one.
Yep. Okay.
I rolled a 6. You roll a 6. Alyssa, what do you roll?
Much better.
No,
okay.
Nothing. No information given.
Is she even real?
She's an enigma.
Can't tell.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I have an idea. Wait. What's my speed? Wait. Too many things open. I can close by. Speed of 40. I would look to Taequi and kind of like nod my head over this way. Do we have a turn order? Or are we just kind of doing out of turn order right now?
Probably out of turn order for now.
Okay. So what I would do is I can barely reach her. So I would kind of run up behind her to here and kind of just howl at her. Wait, is that 40 feet? Oh, wait, where was I? Give me a second. Okay, one more. I would kind of just run up howling, go like, or no, wait. Just kind of come up and
what's your goal here?
Trying to get her attention. My goal is to distract her so Taequi can attack.
Okay.
I thought I could get behind her so Taequi could sneak up from behind.
I'm over there though. How am I going to sneak up behind her if she's looking at me?
I would. My thought was to be on this side of her, but I can't go that far.
Oh. Unless
Maybe
you dash. But
that's true. If that's the only thing you do.
That's true. I could just. Let's see. So that should be.
But I don't think Taequi can get there.
If that's happening, I'm starting to like make a move closer to the ship to see if I should drop onto it to start searching.
So is the idea here basically Taequi and Deli will keep the verdict agent distracted while Anna steals the thing? Because that seems like a fine enough plan.
I guess.
Anna and Audrey, like Audrey's distracting the crew. And
yes, exactly.
Anna sneaks it up probably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I guess so.
It seems fine enough.
So yeah,
sure.
Deli would run. Okay, like I say, so 40 was here. and then 40 again. Oops.
I mean, you could just run and then like howl and try to distract her and hold your action to like attack if she attacks you.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I could just kind of go. I'll go here because I can't reach her.
Yeah.
I kind of just start howling, looking at her, like howling, like going in a circle.
Yeah. At the very least, you'll distract her.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, well, at that point, let's go ahead and just roll initiative. So
believe me,
Dylan-
I don't want to get close to her. I am squishy.
Yeah.
But
That
I
was
also
such a bad roll.
Yep.
24.
Let's do this.
Just why does Tigui always roll low with initiative? She needs to go first so she can rage. This is not okay.
Maybe her low rolls are what make her rage.
This is insane. I'm just looking. My initiative bonus is +9.
Yeah, you rolled
Oh my
very
gosh.
badly. Well, that makes sense. Go. Deli just went first, and then it's Anna.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to do those. The people on the boat are they looking at her?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So if I go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like, can I just like hop down as another 5 feet?
It's
Like,
a
from
little
the
bit
roof
higher than
onto
that, but I mean, just
But
make
like, I mean, like,
you can do it in that amount of
Okay.
time and with that amount of movement, but you have to make an acrobatics check to like tumble and
Oh.
land well,
sure.
which should be fine, but it's always a chance. Yeah, 17 is fine. Yep. So you just like come up in a you can decide how you land. I'm assuming either like a three point pose or like a roll or something suitably cool.
Probably a roll. So I can
Yep.
start like, as I'm rolling, I'm looking and seeing if there's like a place that they seem to, they might be hiding something.
Yeah, I mean the easiest place. I mean, there's literally a staircase right there.
Yeah. So I have 10 more feet of movement just with my like movement that I'll go down this staircase.
Yeah, you just like ninja.
Or I guess I have 10 more feet after this.
Ninja vanish.
Where do I go from there? Is there a map for that?
There's not, but we can just say
Okay.
that Anna is rummaging around the bowels of the ship. So yeah.
Okay. Do I need to make some sort of like investigation check?
Yeah, might as well just do it
Or-
now. I mean, you have an action still, right?
Right. That's
Yep.
I'm like,
Yep. Go ahead.
I have an action.
Yep.
That was not good.
Yeah. So you're wasting some time looking around for stuff. And that's your turn.
Okay. If I
Who's hoping it'd be a little more obvious. It'd just be right
Right.
there.
if I use a key point to step of the wind to be able to like look around faster, would I be able to re-roll investigation?
No, we have no precedence for that whatsoever in any of the campaigns
I was
we've ever
just
done.
look.
No, yeah.
Look, I'm just
That-
throwing it out
that-
there. You're
that
free to
could've-
say no,
I could have given you advantage had you said you were doing that before you made the roll.
but I'm glad I didn't
Exactly.
because it still would have
wouldn't
been a
helped,
7.
yeah. Exactly.
Okay, I'm
Yep,
I'm just throwing things out there. It's
Mhm.
season 2. Things might get wild.
That's true.
Who
We
knows?
gotta mix things up, Cool. Yeah, so the thugs are literally just like watching this. They're just like, why is there a pink wolf? Like, and nobody's attacked anybody yet, so they're just like confused and looking.
Oh yeah, I'm not being aggressive. I'm just like, I'm a wolf and I'm howling. I'm not trying to look aggressive. I'm just trying to look like a wolf.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah, which I realize, it's not really not doing much.
I think two of them probably do have like crossbows, like leaning against the rail next to them, so they probably like at least grab it. They don't necessarily like point at anybody yet, but they're kind of ready for something. They're just kind of confused. So the verdict agent is going to
How many hit points do I have? 11.
she is going to
Yeah, that's right. We're only level 3.
Yeah.
I forgot how squishy we were.
she's going to turn to you as the wolf,
Mhm.
and I want to have her make a check. Okay. She doesn't understand what you are. Like, she could have guessed maybe that you were a druid and shapeshifting, because I mean, a pink wolf, kind of weird. but she doesn't guess that immediately. She's just like, why is there a random, like this animal just got loose from a cage or something?
It's
And
also dark. I might not look that.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. So she glances at you, doesn't see anything, looks back up at the thugs, like the smugglers up there, and then she just says, "Is this your pet?" And the thugs kind of look at each other and are confused again. There's just a moment of like everyone's confused about what's happening. And then what would you have wanted Audrey to do to distract people?
I would say like just try and keep them like I'm guessing he probably saw me jump down from the roof because it was right next to him.
Mhm.
So just keep them from going below deck to get
Cool.
the items now that they see her coming.
Yep, that sounds good. So he'll like walk over to the stairwell and just kind of like lean against it, right? Like lean against the railing right next to it, and just kind of like have his body next to it, and then just be like, "No, it's not ours." And then
Great performance, Audrey.
yeah. Well, I mean,
I know.
Audrey would definitely ready an action to punch a guy if he needed to.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that's what I was kind of implying by like having him stand next to the stairwell. He's like ready to stop someone.
Yeah.
So, Takewee, what do you do?
I think I'm gonna just ready an action to produce flame. If she attacks Deli or Audrey or
If she
basically
attacks one of your allies, yeah.
Yeah, basically, or me, I guess.
Cool.
But I
Sounds
guess
good.
she doesn't see me. Maybe I don't know. You know.
We see Takewee in the bushes, just like.
Yeah. So I'll ready produce flame. Now that's my action, right? To prepare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I still do a bonus action?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. As a bonus action, I will bardic inspiration Audrin because he. Oh wait, no, they have to hear me though.
Yeah.
They have to say something.
Hey, random smuggler.
Yeah, no.
You're looking real strong by that
And I'm
stairwell.
trying to like keep myself hidden
Yeah, exactly.
still. So I guess I shouldn't bardic
Yeah.
inspiration.
Probably not.
Yeah, I guess that would be my
Cool.
turn. Just hold produce flame.
Okay.
I wish you had. Okay, never mind. It's too loud. I was gonna say, I wish you were able to bardic me without it being obvious, because I'm gonna do something
Yeah,
stupid.
What do you
Okay.
do, Deli?
I'm going to howl at her again, go like, "Arr!" Like howl, take one step back, like, and then like look at her, like, follow me.
Timmy's fell down a well.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a check. Make a
I know,
persuasion
it's
check.
Performance?
No, performance. That's what it is. Yeah, performance.
This is like not
yeah,
going to
Deli's
work. I have a
terrible at
-2
this, yeah.
to charisma.
This is great. It's gonna be great.
This isn't even as Deli. This is as a wolf.
Yep. I'm
Guys,
also ready for it to crit success though.
17.
Oh, not bad.
17's not
Seven-
bad.
Whoa.
Okay. I'm gonna have her make an insight check. Right? That's because really what you probably did is you did a deception check. That's actually probably what it was.
Either way.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, that was mainly just luck on her part. So now she knows something's up. And so she suddenly actually gets it's Anna's turn next. So she's obviously isn't buying it. So Anna, it's you.
I'm
Wanna
going
make
to do
another
some
investigation?
investigating.
And I still have my prepared action to bite her.
Yes.
Okay, so I need to say that I use a key point if
Or
it's
no,
for advantage.
Deli, I
or
don't
no?
think you do because I think that performance was your action, right?
Oh.
You were
Yeah.
trying to get her to come. Yeah. So you couldn't have prepared one too. Sorry, Anna, what were you saying?
Should I use? So I can use a key point to give me
Advantage.
advantage.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Okay. Bye. Key point. Investigation.
Oh, didn't even need it.
Didn't need it, but still.
I didn't, but I
Critical
used it
success.
anyway.
Yeah, so at
Fine.
this point, like that's what we see. We see Anna with her handy night goggles on, night vision goggles, just like stepping over the wind through the place, like turning over things, lifting up crates and barrels, and then stepping over to what you would maybe have in another circumstance passed over as a tobacco box, like something that someone would have cigars and tobacco and that sort of stuff in. But you're like, wait a second. And you like just check it just to make sure. And inside is the full set of the figurines of wondrous power or whatever they're called. All the little animal ones that you can like use to turn into real animals or whatever. It's like there's the elephant, the raven, the nightmare, all those ones. So it's like a full set of those. And you're like, ooh, yep, this would be something Verdict would want.
Okay, so with that, then I want to, can we say because I used my key point step of the winding moving fast that I can like get up the stairs and like acrobatics myself up to the
you have your
roof again?
You have your movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess because I don't have a bonus action anymore because I step of the wind. So I just have to attempt to acrobatics myself up. 15.
Okay, so I think it works. You do it. But then we see like some debris that's on the top of the roof, like
just not as
down.
stealthy as I was
exactly.
hoping.
And so we see one of the thugs look up and just like his eyes widen, and it's their turn next.
Okay.
So at the very least, that one is going to point a crossbow at you and shoot. Because they at the very least he sees you with something in your hand. He's like, oh, she stole from us. Ah!
Dang.
So, but he totally misses. So
a 7 does not hit.
I assumed as much. So we just see a crossbow bolt ping across the roof as Anna backflips away. Right.
I'm doing back handsprings across the whole roof.
Exactly. So the rest of the thugs are alerted to that, and they start thinking something's going on. And honestly, I'm gonna make a roll for them. As a group here. Okay, 18. Yeah, they don't immediately assume that the verdict agent like betrayed them. They're not going to just randomly start firing her. So instead, they're going to bring up their crossbows and all just fire you as you're backflipping across the roof.
Cool.
So 3 more.
That is one hit.
One hit.
No, that's no hits. That's no hits. I was looking at the 18 intelligence check.
No, yeah. So we just see crossbow bolts just pinging across the rooftop. Yeah, and
it's dark.
Expertly dodges them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's their entire turn. They're just shooting crossbow bolts at you. So the verdict agent also sees this because everyone's attention is drawn to this by the crossbow bolts. And her eyes narrow. And let's see. What
I'm about to get attacked, aren't I?
Because I was about to say, if she's trying to attack me, I would feel like she'd have to make a perception check to find where I am.
And she would also then get
that
hit
far
by
away in the dark on the roof.
So,
but they also pointed their crossbows towards you, though.
Yeah, she at least knows someone's on the roof. So what she does is she takes a look at the wolf one more time, and then looks up, and then looks back at the thugs, and then just says, "Well, it seems like the game is up." And then suddenly she transforms from being a normal human woman, to definitely being like a demon lady.
God.
So she looks like this instead.
Takeway, what's your speed?
30.
Oh, sorry. No, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she looks like that.
Anna,
She's demon woman with like short horns on the right on her forehead, and like this deep red hair and bat wings coming out of her. And so she transforms back into that, and then she just flies up to the roof.
That invalidates my question. Anna, what's your speed?
Okay.
Fast.
Well,
I'm a monk.
I was gonna say you could just run, and we.
Trust me, I'm aware.
Well, I'm saying we could all just book it and get out of here. I mean, there's no reason. She's ignored. Like,
yeah. The problem is that so she hasn't. I guess she technically hasn't attacked you yet. So I guess
where on the roof is she now? Off. Oh, she's right up on me.
Yeah.
She's
literally just flying straight towards you.
Would that be enough to trigger? Would that be enough to trigger?
Produce flame.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
Attack her.
I will give it to you because I don't think you're. I mean, what's the range on produce flame?
That's a good question.
Because I don't even know if you'll be able to get it on her if you don't get it.
Well, but if I see her flying right towards her, right, that would be my reaction. Is like,
that's what I'm assuming. It doesn't seem out of the question.
It is 30 feet.
Yeah, so
you weren't even 30 feet close.
You couldn't even do it from where you were.
Oh,
yeah.
Would you have gotten closer?
She can't at this point.
Yeah, I can. And that was just a dumb move on my part to prepare that.
It's all good.
I thought it was further than that, but it's fine.
I mean, just we do it, not realizing that she doesn't have range on it, maybe.
Actually done vicious mockery, knowing that's 60 feet.
That's fine.
What do you say?
That would be good because that would also give her disadvantage on the attack against me that she would next take if she fails.
Yeah, and I guess vicious mockery wouldn't cue her to where I am necessarily because she's just hearing it in her head. So okay, yeah, I would definitely do it.
Cool. Sounds
please
great.
fail, please fail, please fail.
Yeah, wisdom save. Sorry.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, she fails. That was really bad on her part.
Disadvantage on the attack against me.
So she takes three damage, and
you suck.
This is excellent.
I don't know what I'd say to her.
Yeah.
I'd probably say something in oh my gosh, what languages do I
Primordial.
Speak? Primordial, yeah. Just be like,
I hate you. Your verdict. Yeah. Remember us. Yeah, that sort of thing. Cool. Yeah, exactly.
You will remember me.
So she flies right next to Anna, and that's her whole turn. Because her action was to shapeshift, and then she flew 50 feet to right next to you. Audrey,
would this be a good time to cut to the...
I think so, right?
Okay.
So I think what we see, right, is we see Audrey just like shake his head and then just says, I always have to bust you out of messes, don't I? And then we just see him
doing fine.
We see him grab out he's a rapier, right? Yeah, grab out his rapier and just rush forward, and we cut there. And yeah, let's cut to banquet time. So Anna and Takewee, you were the only people who were going to go to this banquet, yes?
Yes.
Well, in my date.
Yeah, and your dates, of course. Yeah. Lavinia is also going to be there, obviously. And I think Carla's going to be there attending Lavinia. I don't think Lavinia has a proper date. She just, is bringing Carla as her +1. So Deli, you were planning on just staying behind at Lavinia's manor, right? And just hanging out?
And naming all of the fish.
Of course, yeah. So maybe we even see like the ladies all like starting to get dressed. Okay, so this is what we see. We see Lavinia walk down the stairs at the in the foyer, right at the front of the Vanderboren mansion. She's gorgeous, decked out in the finest dress, the finest makeup, the finest jewelry. And then Carla is standing below, just kind of like waiting for her to come down. And Anna and Takewee are maybe not there yet. Kind of up to you guys. Are you guys waiting for Lavinia there, or are you guys getting ready somewhere else? I assume at least Deli and Audrey are probably down in the foyer, to see you guys off.
I think I would probably be getting ready at the monastery.
Okay.
Being this is a super prestigious thing to get recognized, and I would be doing it for them. Mm-hmm. Very clearly I'm
a representative of the Order of St. Cuthbert. Yeah.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I would be coming from there, and I would be wearing my very best finery, aka the same thing that I wear all the time.
You probably just have a brooch or something.
That's what I was going to say. A cute little brooch or something that definitely has an order. I don't know if they have
they have a particular
arms.
They have a particular cross. That they have. I think we have a symbol for it here. Here we go. So that's the Order of St. Cuthbert symbol.
Yeah.
There.
So I probably have that, and maybe it's a fancy one. So there's a ruby in the middle.
Sure. Yeah. Yep.
So I think I just have that pinned to my top. Mm-hmm. And then I have some of the girls, the little girls, braid my hair all fancy.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah. So one of them was just saying, Anna, you're so pretty. When do I get to grow up and be as pretty as you?
Don't wish growing up too fast. Enjoy your time as a little one. I'm imagining Entangled, the girls who are playing jump rope essentially with the hair to braid it.
Yeah.
How much earlier was this? A couple days, probably
just a day. So this is like the previous evening, probably.
One day at a party, the other day killing people.
Yep.
No, I specifically said non-lethal damage.
It might change here in a minute.
So yes, and then I would probably have told, I don't know, maybe I would have told Carrick to meet me at the place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, how far away is it from the monastery of where the reception would be held?
So the monastery is, you guys are on the city map again, right?
It's like down here, right?
Yeah, the monastery is right there. The place where you would be having this ball is probably, I think it's like here or here, one of those.
Wait,
where
are you saying here? I didn't see
Top
it.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, top
so
right.
Just kidding. I would have him meet me at the monastery to escort me across the entire city.
Across the entire city, yeah, of course. You guys probably take a gondola there, right?
Oh, okay.
Better get one quick before it's gondola.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna breeze past that.
Yep.
And I'll just say, like, if the gondola starts going a little bit in the wrong direction, I'll use my quarterstaff as like the gondola pole.
Well, there's an actual gondola guy who's like.
I'm just saying, yeah, and I'm just saying, if we veer off course a little, I'll just be like,
he's got it. Don't worry about it.
Just in case.
Okay, all right. And so I actually do have a token for Nestor. So this is what he looks like. So again, red hair. He has a nice beard. He's a half elf, right? So typically full elves wouldn't have beards, but he's a half elf, so he has a nice thick red beard. He also has a scar kind of going down his cheek. But yeah, cool, kind of wavy red hair there. Yeah. my one of my other friends, whose name is Seth, just said, "I will donate $5 for him not to make another pun the rest of the game." Seth, are you willing to take one for the team?
More than that.
Take one for the stream, rather.
I will say this: I'd fail it anyway.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And if it's not me, it's Jordan.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But yeah, so Nestor greets you outside and kisses your hand, and he says, "You look lovely."
I like blush a little and just thank you.
And yeah, we see him lead you to the gondola. And maybe, I don't even think you were necessarily knowing what was going to happen. Like, you just knew he was going to escort you, but he's like prepared the gondola in advance. And so, yeah.
Oh,
and so,
romantic.
He's
what a fun surprise.
I assumed this would be a more pleasant way to travel the length of the city.
Yeah, I was expecting having to walk, and I like pull up and I have my like good walking shoes on instead of my party shoes.
Yeah. And yeah, he helps you into the gondola and like hands a coin to the driver. And what are gondolier? Is that the name for them? Right?
Gondolier, yeah, I think so.
I knew there was like some sort of term for him. But yeah, he pushes off and starts rowing you guys through the city. Takewee, where are you meeting Deacon Ross?
Deacon Ross.
At the manor? At Lavinia's manor?
Yeah, probably at the manor.
Cool.
I probably have to borrow something from Lavinia because
Probably
I
true.
definitely don't have anything myself.
Yeah.
I probably borrow like a pretty skirt and like a nice top, kind of a thing.
I mean, okay, no. Lavinia has a dress already picked out for you. It is
you would request a skirt suit,
exactly,
like a skirt power suit, and she'd be like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't do that.
I had this gorgeous sapphire dress for you to wear, and she already said it. So I think literally like you talked to her about like, oh yeah, I probably have to borrow something from you. Do you have something I can wear? And she's like, oh yes, don't worry about it. And you look into your you get to your room like to like put on whatever
she's already
set
left.
out. Well, and I don't think she's already left. She's upstairs getting ready herself, but she set out all this, or at least had Carla set out all this stuff on your bed. And so the beautiful sapphire dress, like some earrings, and like Carla is actually in there in the room, and she's like preparing like some makeup, and she's like, oh, I hope it's not too intrusive to be in here. Lavinia said that you might need some help with this.
Togi's just like, does like this, like to her head, and she's just like, this is a little bit more extravagant than I had anticipated.
Well, the nobles of Calabar are rather extravagant.
I don't know that I'll be able to dance in this.
I'm just a servant. I can't really help you with that problem.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'm like, Carla, listen, if I'm gonna wear this, you have to like give me like a quick dance course or something. Like I have to learn how to walk in this.
So you say that like to her?
Yeah.
I think she says, she kind of like frowns a little bit and she's like, well, I suppose the only tip I could offer is maybe just focus on the man. Maybe just try to let him lead you as best he can, and you could probably figure it out from there.
But what if I trip on his feet? I don't want to embarrass Lavinia.
She blushes and she just says, I think Lavinia likes you well enough that you're not going to embarrass her too badly. She really does want you to blend in and look your best. She doesn't want you to not feel like you're
And then she's
welcome
like,
there.
I don't know that I'm really going to be able to blend in. And she like points to like her like glowing hair. Just,
Well, maybe
my
not,
tattoos.
maybe blend in isn't the best word. Stand out in the best way.
I was going to say less.
No, stand out in the best. Like you're going to stand out probably no matter what. But Lavinia, I think with this outfit, you'll catch people's eye in a way that will be flattering and not embarrassing. Not that it would be embarrassing for you to go in your regular clothes per se. I'm just kind of repeating what Lavinia said.
Okay, for Lavinia, I will do it.
She was very excited when she was picking this all out for you.
I'll do it for her. Just please don't make me look like a fool. And the heart, no makeup, please. Like I don't.
And she seems to almost visibly relax, and she's like, okay, I was actually kind of worried a little bit about that because of, your fire hair and all.
Oh, it won't burn you, I promise. Unless I, turn it on.
Okay. Well, I'll help you get this on if you like, at least.
Sure. I'd like that.
Yep. So
I'd probably need that help.
Yeah, for sure. So she helps you get that on, and we probably see Lavinia coming down the staircase. Then we cut back to that shot, and probably for simplicity's sake, we can just say I guess Audrey's probably off somewhere else already, and then but Deli's probably.
Well, he was infiltrating.
Audrey's busy infiltrating.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about that. And so Deli, you're probably the only one standing there at this point.
So Deli probably sees both of them because they've both come down at this point.
Yeah.
You said Deli sees both of them and it kind of was like gets her eyes wide and goes,
I'm glad I didn't have to go. Well,
how would Takui respond to me saying that?
Takui's probably like a little stiff, and she's just like trying to relax, and she's like,
and she see that, but then Deli would look to Takui like.
You do look nice, Takui. It's just, I'm glad I don't have to dress up.
And Lavinia, I think, looks at you as she's coming down, and she just says, "Oh, don't worry. You wouldn't stand out as much as you think. There are plenty of Dragonborn."
Deli's like, she wants to respond, but she doesn't. She's like,
and like that might be a little bit of an exaggeration at the very least. Mm-hmm. There's exactly one Dragonborn noble in the city, and nobody likes him. So,
well, she's like, Deli just goes like, and just kind of walks over to the fish.
Yeah. And
I think Takui actually it's like a rare moment where she never has her hair down. It's like always braided or up in some way, but it's actually down this time, in her token probably.
Sure. Yep. And Lavinia is smiling at you, and she just says, "I knew it would work. You look very, very dashing, Takui."
Thank you. I mean, thank you for the dress. It's very beautiful. It's probably the most beautiful thing I've ever worn.
I'm glad it fits you so well. I thought we were at least enough in height. I thought we were at least similar in height, so I assumed it might work.
Oh, I think it works. Thank you. I appreciate your accommodation.
All right. Well, do you know if your escort is meeting us here, or?
Yes, he should be meeting us here.
We just hear a knock on the door. Or I probably it's actually like Carla who goes and grabs it and opens it up, and then we see her like blush visibly and like look down and sit, and then like hold the door open, and Deacon Ross is standing there. And I did get a token for him as well. Let me see if I can find him. Let me know if you don't think this guy is attractive, because we've already established this guy is someone Takewee could find attractive. So if that's not the case, I'll find a different token for him, right? Okay, we want to make sure it's actually someone that you think Takewee would find attractive.
I feel like I trust your judgment, Caleb, but you never know.
So that's what I'm looking for him.
Totally.
Cool. Yep, so kind of like a Northman vibe about him.
That one Lord of the Rings guy.
Very descriptive.
Aragorn?
Yes.
That one Lord of the Rings. But
you knew exactly who I was talking about, though, Caleb.
All right, what's the timestamp on this? This is going to be the clip for the evening. Yikes.
You know I'm not a big Lord of the Rings fan, okay? I'm sorry. I've seen it once all the way through.
So Aragorn is got So he shows up and he has his his hair nicely groomed, nice full beard, and he is not wearing any armor or anything like that. And even though he's like a paladin by trade, he is wearing like a nice gentleman's doublet, whatever the current fashion is, he steps forward and he just says, "Ladies, you all look dazzling."
I think at this point, Deli would just yell out, "Thanks!" She's not even in the room, but she wants to be a butt.
He's kind of smirks and looks over like, I don't know who that was, but that was kind of funny.
Yeah. What does Lavinia do when she like greets him?
Oh, I mean, Lavinia is just all poise and grace, like she normally is.
But I probably like copy her mannerisms because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
So Lavinia steps forward and then just holds out her hand like this, and Deacon takes it and kisses her ring, and then she says, "Lady Vanderboren, I don't believe we've been acquainted before, but I've always admired your family." And she smiles and she says, "I have heard only a little about you, but your reputation does precede you, Mr. Ross." Lord Ross probably is what he says. What she says. And I don't think you knew that he has like an official title or anything, but apparently he does. Like, you don't really know how that fits into the hierarchy here or anything, but he has some sort of noble title.
I don't know the social structure still.
Yeah, exactly. So he turns to you, Takewee.
Okay, so I'll like go up and like, my normal instinct is to like do like the tribal
handshake.
Like hand, but then I like start doing, and then I'm like, okay.
Flip your hand like this, yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, and he takes your hand delicately and kisses your ring, and then just says, "Takewee, you have never looked more lovely."
She like blushes.
Which isn't hard to tell on a Genasi, so.
Yeah, no, it probably just like becomes like bright red. Yeah. Super bright. And then, she just says, "Thank you. Lavinia lent me the dress."
Very nice. Very generous of her. Well,
Yes.
Ladies, I suppose we should be off. Is there anyone else who will be joining our little party here?
No.
He just again smiles. Like, he doesn't seem annoyed by the random voices coming from the other room. He's just like, okay, I don't know what's all right.
And then I just say, Carla. And then Carla.
Yep. Carla's like, "Oh, I just need," and she grabs like a little bag for Lavinia that has some things for her, and puts it in the crook of her arm, and then you guys head out. And I think probably what we see is Anna and Nestor / Carrick kind of show up at the entrance of the place.
I would say before we get off the gondola, I would be like, "I've always wanted to try this because I've never been on one of these before. And I want to like try and like stand up and like go to like the tip of it and like balance on one foot because I have really good acrobatics."
Oh, of course. Yeah. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check. Just for fun.
Oh my gosh.
19.
19 is just fine. Yep.
That would have been hilarious
Aw,
if it
wow,
failed.
he falls even more in love with you.
You're very cute going to the top of it and then just standing on one foot and he's just smiling at you and the gondolier's just like, oh, my lady, don't. Oh my. Oh, I've never seen someone able to do that before. And Nestor kind of smiles and he just says, yes, Anna is full of surprises. And he like steps off and then like gives you a hand like from your place on the like very tip. So you can like just step off onto the.
I take it even though it's unnecessary with how
obviously
graceful I've shown
Yes,
I am,
of
but
course,
I
of
will
course.
take it anyway.
Yeah, and you're not in a bulky dress or anything, so it's not like that's weighing you down or anything. So, yep. So you take a step and he leads you up to the entrance. We see the two parties converge and make their way up the like big old flight of stairs up into this like palace. And I believe this is at the Dantus estate. So Lord Caesar Dantus is the noble district, the head of the noble family of the noble district, I believe. The one who's in charge of that district. And he's kind of de facto if there was like an actual one guy in charge of the city, which in theory there's not, it would be this guy. So he's like the most the first among equals of the council. And so it's at his estate, and he's the one who's going to be like awarding you guys this like honor. But yeah, so really nice noble estate. If I knew anything about Portuguese fashion, I would make some sort of details present here that would give us indication of Portuguese noble fashion in this century, but I don't. So just imagine it in your mind.
Caleb, you didn't do research and find books about this?
So I did. I just didn't read them. I do have a list of books. Like, yeah. So I just didn't actually get around to reading them. Yep.
Why do I feel like this is like a scene from Pocahontas 2 where the tribal woman is coming
there is a
in, like,
little bit
all
of
dressed
Pocahontas
up and
2
whatnot, and
here.
they're just like, wow, she's not a savage after all.
Yep. There's a little bit of that happening here. Yep.
I mean, then the next day the savage comes out.
yes, and then you attack people. But you guys step up and nice estate. And the first thing you probably notice, besides like the smell of the food and the general ambiance of the people, the various nobles and stuff, and that are kind of crowding the place, is a band of Indonesian gnomes that is playing like Hindi music off to the side. Like that's kind of like the vibe of the evening. So there's some sort of like Indonesian gnome band that has been hired from wherever they come from. So yeah, kind of like, have sitars and whatever else would be kind of in that style of music. So they're playing in the background. And I don't know if anyone comes up to you immediately as you come in, but what's your guys' general plan for like mingling and anything particular you want to do during the evening? And I have NPCs and stuff that'll be around that'll probably talk to you.
I'm either sticking very close to Deacon Ross or to Lavinia. I'm like, I have no idea how to behave at this kind of an event. And so I'm like watching like closely like how I should like act.
Yeah, probably the first person to like greets you after like there's like a page or someone who like calls out the names right as people enter the hall or whatever is probably Caesar Dantus's wife. So older woman, she's definitely like in her 50s or 60s, but she seems like super motherly and matronly and super nice, and beautiful dress, beautiful red dress on, and she greets you guys and shakes, clasps Lavinia's hand and says, "Oh dear, it's so good to see you. How are you doing? I know that what happened with your parents, just an awful tragedy, and I've been worried about you sick ever since." And Lavinia just assures her, "Oh no, things have been just fine. Well, especially because of the help of some friends." And she kind of introduces you guys and says, these are my friends, Anna and Takwi and Lord Ross and Mr. Sumel as well. They're escorts for the evening. They'll be receiving the honor from the Spire of Calabar from your husband. So we're all very excited to be here, and it is such an honor. And she just nods and looks at you both and says, "What a couple of gorgeous young ladies you are."
I just like give like a super deep curtsy, and I just say like, the honor is all ours. And I kind of like just introduce myself and be like, Joanna of the Order of St. Cuthbert. Hi.
Yeah, and she nods and says, "I could tell by the pin, dear. You look so cute in that outfit."
Oh, thank you.
I've always thought there was a beauty in the simplicity of the monks of the Order of St. Cuthbert. An example of piety to us all.
I just kind of like step back because I'm like, I don't think I necessarily think it's an insult, but I'm like, interesting.
Yeah. She turns to you, Takui, and he just says, "Now, I have never had the pleasure of meeting one of the Tlacannoli, I believe you're called."
Yeah, so I mean, she sees Anna bow, so that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna like awkwardly like kind of like curtsy.
I do a deep curtsy.
Yeah.
Right. So she's gonna like curtsy
Yeah.
as well. And then, it feels like really awkward for her. Like she probably like bends her knees kind of, like awkwardly kind of, but
yeah, she smiles tolerantly at you. Yep.
And she just says, well, it's a pleasure to be the first. I certainly hope I represent us well to you.
I'm sure you will, dear. I've heard much about your little group and the very brave and heroic things that you've done to save the city of Calabar, and me and my husband are very, very grateful for your service to the city.
Can I do an insight check to see if they really are grateful?
Is she being genuine, rather? Yeah.
Yeah. 16?
Seems like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. At least this lady is, right? Like, who knows about her husband, but she just seems like a grandma, right? Like, she's just like fawning all over you guys. Oh, yeah. Do you want a snack? Like that sort of vibe,
dear.
right? Yeah.
Okay, Caleb, question.
Mm-hmm.
Would there be the like acrobats who dance on the long strips of fabric from the ceiling?
Of course there are. Yeah. I think there are definitely some probably like wood elf, like Indian wood elf, right? So who are like playing to the Hindi band and like, doing the strips. Yeah.
Well, like the strips and like rolling up and down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All the acrobatics that are involved in that.
So like they like catch my eye. I'm like, I don't care about talking to anybody. I'm like,
I must learn.
Can we go see those over there?
Of course.
And I kind of just like grab him, like kind of drag him along as I'm walking way too quickly for the setting that I am in to try and get over there.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like Nestor is cognizant enough of that to like stop you. He just kind of like distractedly goes through the crowd with you. Yeah. Okay,
I'm gonna ask one of the wood elves if I could try.
Okay. Yeah. So they finish like a song, right? And then they kind of
I'm like,
yeah. They do a bow.
The most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. And one of them kind of smiles at you and then just says, okay, yeah. So one of them, I think they're not paying as much attention to you. They kind of like smile at you tolerantly and like nod and bow like they would to any other noble. But I think standing next to them, off to the side, and like she sees you and comes over to you, is another wood elf, again, Indian. But she's wearing like the standard like Indian noblewoman get up, a little dot on her forehead, and the clothes. I can't remember what the name of it is. The sari, is that what it is? Yeah, sorry. And
it's okay, we forgive you.
Oh boy.
You lost Caleb $5.
You lost $5 for Caleb. How dare you?
Worth it.
She steps up
you
to
owe
you.
Caleb 5.
She steps up to you and then just says, "I see you've taken a liking to my dancers."
They're incredible. Where did they learn this? Do you have a school or something?
Yeah, actually, I may have described her wrong. I may have gotten two characters mixed up. Let me real quick double check who this is.
Cross-reference some files.
Yep. Perfect. No, it works. So she is a half elf. So she's half Indian, half Portuguese. But similar get up. She seems exotic and intriguing to the people around still, even though she's obviously lived in a city for a while, probably. She comes up to you and what did you say to her specifically again?
Just that they're like so talented. Like, do you have a school? Or?
Yes, and she smiles and she says, "Oh yes, of course. My name is Aurora Tilvanta. I run the Tilvanta Dance Academy here in the Merchant District. We train many like-minded sisters in the art of the dance."
Wow, I love a good sisterhood.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, would it be too much to ask? Would I be able to try?
Make a persuasion check.
17?
So she obviously wouldn't agree immediately because she doesn't know who you are. But she's obviously not turned off by the idea per se. So she just says, "Have you done much dancing like this before?"
If I'm being honest, no. I don't know if I've ever really danced before at all. But I'm pretty good at flipping around.
Yes. So you're an acrobat then.
I mean, I'm a monk, but I can do acrobat things.
Of course. I didn't mean by trade, darling. I didn't mean by trade.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'll tell you what. If you have a moment between the next... if you have a moment while one of the other entertainments of the evening is ongoing, my sisters can show you a thing or two in the back. And then maybe for the next set, you can join. If your skill is up to the task, of course.
Okay, that sounds great. And
Wonderful.
I just kind of go, Nestor, can we practice dancing in between then? Would that help? I don't know. I've never danced before.
Nestor seemed distracted when he was looking off at something, and then he yes, of course we can dance.
And I just kind of go,
Aurora kind of looks at him funny, do you know what she was just talking about? But yeah, he looks at you and just oh yeah, of course.
I go, thank you so much, Miss Telvanta. I guess I'll...
Please, call me Aurora.
Oh, Aurora. Oh, I didn't even introduce myself. I am so sorry. I give another deep curtsy. I go, my name is Joanna of the Order of St. Cuthbert.
I already knew who you were, darling. This banquet after all is being thrown in your honor.
Oh, right.
But of course, it is proper to have introductions, so I appreciate the remark.
Okay, thank you so much, Aurora. I will come back and see you later.
Sounds great. And yeah, she steps away. And so Nestor's just we can do a dance right now. I think they're playing another song. This seems more like a waltz.
Sure. I don't know how to...
Or whatever dance would be around this period,
Yeah, I'm just kind of whatever dance you say, Nestor. I don't really know dances.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and so he leads you in one of the ballroom stately dances, and he seems fine at it. But you'll learn later that this did not at all prepare you for the type of dancing that was.
How was I to know?
Exactly. Yeah. So that's happening there. Takely, what are you doing?
That's a great question. I mean, does Lavinia stay by my side, or does she go? She's probably mingling with the other
probably,
nobles, right?
It's Deacon's responsibility to stay by your side. So
okay, all right. I don't know. Maybe I go to the punch bowl.
yeah. You go. So I mean, typically, so you just go, head towards it, or what?
I don't know. I think after
it would probably be to be honest, in this sort of party, it would probably actually be servants walking by with a tray full of wine glasses or something, right? That sort of thing.
Wine glasses and hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So if you see one, you can just grab it. But
Yeah, I mean, Takewee probably like grabs one of the wine glasses and starts sipping on it right away.
Yeah. Just to have something in your hand. Yeah.
Just like, okay, I need like something in my hand. I need a little liquid courage here.
Yep.
Because she's just like so out of her element. Like she's been to like nice events before in her tribe, but her tribe is like so small and like this is not like this at all.
Very different kind of nice.
Very different kind of nice. Yes, we would be like roasting like a pig or something like that, like in the middle of like a bonfire or something. That's nice for us. So I think she just gets the wine glass and like I think she kind of does like the awkward thing where like it's totally like not appropriate to do this, but like she like puts her like hand on her hip and she like holds it like this and she's just like, so what do you do at these parties?
Mostly mingle, make connections. It's a chance for, not that we don't like having parties, but really these sorts of things happen because nobles want to make sure that alliances are made, connections are made, deals are made.
So this is more business than pleasure, it seems.
When you're in nobility, the two are one and the same. Business will always be mixed with pleasure and vice versa.
Well, that seems awful stressful.
It can be if you're not up to it.
Yeah, she like takes like another like little swig and then she says, "So you're a lord, huh?"
Well, yes, technically I'm not a lord of Calabar, but I technically do hold a baronetcy back in England. So, yes.
So
my uncle takes care of it for me. I'm rarely ever there. But yes, technically I am nobility. And it's useful in a place like this. It gains you instant recognition and respect. So, thought I'd use it.
So why use it here and not back in England?
Because, well, we've already had this conversation slightly, Takewee, but because our but no. So he would actually say that. Like this isn't this isn't me like reminding you as a GM expositionally. This is him saying like it touches on something we talked about before. Our patrons, well, they have a way of placing us where they know things are going to happen. And something's going to happen around this region sooner or later. And Calabar will be caught up in the middle of it. So, I've been here for a few years now.
Oh, just wait.
Well, we wait by moving forward. Being part of the Order of the Bitter Curtain is a waiting game, but we like to think on our feet. We like to keep moving, and opportunities will present themselves. There's always something to do. Rights to wrong, wrongs to right, rather.
I like that. Never thought of waiting that way, I suppose. I guess I just...
Most of our lives are like that.
Rather boring.
Yeah. I'd say most of our lives are like that. We can sit around waiting for something to happen, but I've found that if you just start moving your feet, you'll find yourself in a situation. And a situation that you can prove yourself in.
Yeah.
The best thing to do is just not be stagnant, which is exactly what we're doing by just sitting here and talking instead of mingling.
Yeah, she was like just about to.
Yeah.
I think she's like putting down her glass like as she's like saying that, and she's just like, "Well, I can't say I know how to dance like this. Care to show me?"
I can do that. Yeah. So that's forward, and so we know that Anna can do this just fine. Let's check out if Takewee could manage this.
Okay.
So obviously he's going to be good at like leading, but yeah.
So it'll probably give me like advantage on my check.
So. But let's have you just make an acrobatics check. That's probably what it is.
Yeah,
right.
Probably.
It's the closest equivalent.
Acrobatics or no, it wouldn't really.
Or performance.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, performance is
like charisma.
Yeah.
You know what? I think in this instance, that's probably what it is, though, because it's more about like your presence in the place.
Okay. Okay. I'll take it. I mean, I only have a +1 more of that, but I'll take it.
Every bit helps. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Okay.
18's not bad.
18?
Yep. And I think literally like the main thing that it is just Deacon's really good at it, right? And he's good at making sure that even if you stumble, it's all part of the dance, right? He just like leads you, like as soon as you stumble, he just leads you right into a move that just covers the stumble, right? So, and pretty soon, like his confidence is just like giving you confidence because you know that even if you do something, he can cover for you. And so eventually you're just like, you relax a little bit and you're like, okay, all right. Cool.
Certainly.
Yeah, and
So
by the end of it, it's probably pleasant. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're having a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I like? I wanna,
Welcome
like,
to Terra Invicta, the dating sim.
main RPG.
I was like, I've been waiting an entire season for this.
Good man, 5
Can I
months.
make like a perception check to see if like anybody's like checking me out? Like while we're dancing, not like ooh, checking
But, like,
her out.
I'm
like,
pretty sure
like see
Deacon
like
Ross.
who's like you know, yeah, just like see like if anybody's like
Yeah.
particularly like paying attention to
Perception, do it.
me. Okay, sweet. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. So the person
Brett
who's-
has been dead for years.
so the person,
Literally.
Hundreds of years. Yeah.
Hundreds of years,
Mhm.
but his voice still lives in our heads.
It's on in infamy, yeah.
So the person who is staring daggers at you, Taekwee,
Oh,
is
daggers.
a woman with red hair. There's something familiar about her. You just can't quite pin it. But yeah, red hair. She is in her probably late 40s, maybe. She is obviously a noble woman. But she is holding like a glass of some sort of alcohol and just like staring daggers at you.
Ooh. There's only one room in this place for a redhead. That's me.
Well, hey, Carla's here too.
And
Oh, that's
Nestor.
right.
And Nestor, that's true.
Oh, that's true. We have a lot of redheads then.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're the reddest of them all.
That's true.
Mine literally is fire.
Yeah.
Glows. Okay. Wonder if I do anything. I think I like whisper to like Deacon. I'm like,
Mhm.
Deacon, do you know who the redhead woman is over there that's staring at me? You know, like, and I say this like not looking at her, but like looking at him or like looking down, like, you know, while we're dancing.
Yeah. Yeah. And he glances as you guys spin once, and then he just says, "Oh, yes, that is Helena Cordero, the matroness of the Cordero family."
Cordero. Why does that sound familiar?
I'm trying to think.
We've
Did
heard
you
that
guys-
name.
Did you guys?
Cordero,
Okay,
we've heard
I'm
this
trying to
name.
remember
Wait,
if
let
the
me-
name was said out loud to you guys.
The last name
I'm seeing
Cordero
this.
has been said.
Let's see. Oh gosh, I just
At the
read
very least-
all of my
okay,
notes.
at
and
the very
Cordero
least,
was definitely
Audrey
in
would have
there.
filled you guys in on this, I think, because it came up enough that if you needed explanation, he would have provided it. Helena Cordero is not a name you've heard, but Rosalia Cordero is the name of the Lady of the Lotus, the leader of the Lotus Dragon Thieves Guild that just took down. The lady who
Wait, didn't we
drank a
meet
potion.
her?
The lady who drank a potion and went up the.
Yes.
No, so again, this is her mom.
Oh.
So she was this daughter of the noble scion of the house. And so both her and the daughter that was Audrin's girlfriend, they were both her daughters. So this is the mother.
So we're basically at a party celebrating her daughter's defeat.
Exactly.
Did we kill her daughter?
No,
No,
she-
but we just destroyed her
Thieves Guild.
area.
Yeah.
Yes, guild.
I'm like, why was she invited?
I mean, she's still a noble woman in the city.
I know, but
So-
everybody knows that her daughter is evil.
So Lavinia probably explained this to you. One, Helena officially disavows all of her daughter's actions. Two, there actually isn't any solid concrete evidence to tie her to what happened. So everyone's suspicious of her, but no one can actually do anything legally against her at this point.
Right. So basically it's just like, oh, we don't hold you accountable to the actions of your children kind of a thing.
And she officially disavows it. She on the record said, I didn't have anything to do with that.
Yeah, but she's staring daggers at me.
Exactly. Yes.
It's the nobility. Everything you say doesn't really mean what you say.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got it. I'm like, oh, well, that explains why she hates me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Deacon nods. Oh, yes. Yeah, that would explain it, wouldn't it?
I wonder if I should go over and talk to her.
I would like to see that conversation. I'm sure it would end very wonderfully. Let's keep in mind that we are at a banquet in your honor, and I'm not sure a fist fight in the middle of it would accomplish anything.
True, but she may know where her daughter is.
Do you think
It
she'd
could
be
slip
willing to
up.
tell you?
Well, probably not, but you never know.
All right, if you want to, I'll back you up. But
I don't know.
I would just like to. I'm gonna lodge a formal complaint against this.
Yeah. No, I don't think she's like gonna go over there. I think she's just
Yeah.
like, okay, all right. Like if she comes up to me, like I'll say something, but if not,
Yeah.
then I'll probably stay away. Don't want to cause too much of a scene.
Mhm, mhm.
And I don't think Takui is confident enough to like keep her voice down. Or not,
You're
because
a
people are looking
barbarian.
at her.
You're a barbarian.
Yeah,
It's not in your nature.
So as you guys finish up that dance, I think someone steps up to you, Takui, and you recognize this person. This is Captain Silvio. This is actually the
No,
Oh, hey,
this
Jordan.
is Jordan.
Jordan!
Gotta change this overlay now. Had the wrong one up.
Jordan.
Jordan.
Is that Jordan?
The crew's all here.
Woo!
So
I gotta say, for you just getting on, Jordan, you've done awesome so far.
I know.
I'm really great when I don't do anything. It's usually when I start doing stuff that I start doing poorly.
We've had Audrey be doing things. So
I've just been controlling Audrey.
Other people have been doing things for Audrey.
For Audrey. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So real quick, so Takui, someone steps up to you and it's Captain Silvio, the leader of the Adamant League, in at least this chapter of the Adamant League, the person you met with to join. So he's the leader of the Whalers Guild, so he got an invitation that way. And so he's wearing a nice doublet. He looks more or less well groomed enough at least to attend something like this. And he has his tiefling wife on his arm, and he just nods to you and says, Takui, it's good to see you.
Yeah, I think in front of him, because we have established he knows the shake, that she will do the shake with him. I think instinctually. She just says, Captain Silvio, it's so good to see you. Nice to see a face I actually recognize here.
Well, if you take the time to get to know them, they're not terrible. Looks around at the noble people around.
Mm-hmm. And then she just says, may I introduce Lord Deacon Ross?
Ah, yes, I believe we've had the pleasure before. And Deacon nods and shakes his hand. And yes, of course, sir. The Adamant League and the Order of the Bitter Curtain have worked together in the past. He nods.
Got it. I should have guessed as much.
And I think the tiefling, I can't remember her name, but the wife of Captain Silvio, is kind of looking at you slightly disapprovingly when you did the handshake with her husband instead of like the proper whatever. But she wipes it off her face and then she tries to smile at you, Takui, and she says, "You're looking well, Takui."
Thank you, Lady Silvio. Is that what it would be?
Oh no, I do not have any official designation such as that. I like to go by my most honorable title, which is that of wife. And she looks like and smiles at Silvio, and he winks at her.
Very well.
And he just says, I think Silvio just says, "Have you actually gotten around to meeting anyone
around here?"
And I think Deacon, after you say that, Deacon just says, "Well, she was going to go introduce herself to Lady Cordero over there." And Captain Silvio is like taking a drink at that point. I wouldn't recommend that if I were you.
I said I thought about it. We are still trying to locate a certain persons, and thought maybe she wouldn't necessarily tip us off, but sometimes in anger we say things. Well, you get the idea.
And,
but I decided
Silvio
for
nods. Oh yes, I understand.
But for Lady Lavinia's sake, I think it would be best to not do so here.
Thinking, it's a good thing Audrey isn't here. She's here of all people.
Mhm.
I know.
Yep, exactly. Cool. So, I think let's get one short little snippet from Anna, and then cut back to, and then actually like take a break, and then
Okay.
cut back to the in media res stuff that's happening with Audrey, and then crew. So Anna, what did you have anything in particular you wanted to do in between now and whatever you're doing with the dance later?
I was just wondering if there would be anybody that I would have seen who has been like church affiliated that I would recognize at all.
Well, Father Valentine is here, of course. He's one of the most respected people in the city. So yeah, at one point he finds you and kisses your hand and says, "Anna, you're looking lovely."
Thank you, Father Valentine.
And who is this fine gentleman?
Oh, this is, and I kind of like look because I'm not sure how he wants to be introduced. Like if he wants to be introduced as Carrick or Nestor.
Or as your boyfriend.
So,
this is Carrick. Okay, I was confused.
Yeah. He just had that was his name he was going by, and then he revealed his real name to Anna.
I forgot about that.
Yep. So
I probably like start introducing him, and literally in the middle, I like pull him down to whisper in his ear, like, "Are we doing like Carrick or Nestor?" Which
Mr. Sumel is fine.
Nestor, okay. And I like, this is Nestor Sumel, my companion for the evening.
Yeah, and Father Valentine isn't fazed by any of it, and just nods to him, and Nestor nods back, and I think Father Valentine just says, "Now you take care of our pride and joy. She brings delight wherever she goes, and the children love her at the monastery. So keep her safe." And Nestor nods.
Father Valentine, is there anybody here that I should be talking to that would be good to make connections with?
That's a good question, actually.
That's why I asked it.
Yeah, you know what I think he says? He says, "I may have a thought or two in that direction." And he looks at Nestor and then says, "Mr. Sumel, would you be so kind as to fetch us a couple of drinks? I think Anna and I will take a walk out to the balcony for a moment."
And I just kind of go like, "Sparkling water, please."
Yeah. And Nestor nods and says, "I'll leave you to it." And then he walks away. And yeah, so Father Valentine leads you out to the balcony, and he says, "I saw you talking to Aurora Telvanta earlier. Anything you'd like to share with me about that conversation?"
That she runs a dance school and she's going to let me try dancing.
Very good. And I feel like there may be an opportunity here.
To become a dancer?
And he smiles. "In a way, yes. The Telvanta Dance Academy is, well, it has its secrets. I've long suspected that there is something more to it. There are connections there to the Blood Sisters that are not on the surface, but are present. Do you know who the Blood Sisters are, Anna?" History
I
check?
don't think I. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm like,
let's
I
see.
don't know if I would
We've
know.
heard about them.
I
With a
don't
9,
think so.
you've maybe heard the name once, but you don't know what it is.
Maybe. Are they like nobility from somewhere else?
Some of them are. They are a international organization of, well, disreputable folks, sorcerers, warlocks, and assassins. Very dangerous women. A sisterhood of sorts. I've had my suspicions.
I, under my breath, just go, I love a good sisterhood.
Yeah. I've had my suspicions before about the Telvanta Dance Academy, and I recently looked into them and found some connections that I had confirmed. It seems that Aurora is using the Dance Academy as a front to let's just say that those she accepts as students are also those she deems that can be molded in secret into good agents for the sisterhood. Their training in the academy is as much in espionage as it is in dance.
Oh, so it would be helpful for me to become a blood sister?
I feel like you are a prime candidate for the place, and if we could have a member of the Brotherhood of of the Order of St. Cuthbert among their ranks, we may be able to learn things.
I could stay a member of the church.
Yes, but officially we would maybe... I think the official story you would give them is that you are leaving the church. And maybe you could feed them some information about our doings that would let them trust you.
So I'd have to lie to them the whole time?
Do you love dancing, Anna? Does it intrigue you?
I mean, I don't know if I love it yet. I don't even know it.
My thoughts are this. If you stay true to yourself and you're curious and exciting... No, that's not the word he'd use. Curious and agreeable nature, I think you could get along just fine, focusing on those things. You want to learn. You'll want to learn the things that the Blood Sisters can teach you. And as long as you keep focusing on that, I don't think there should be much lying.
Okay. So if I do have to lie, it wouldn't be wrong?
Have you ever heard the story of the midwives and the way they responded to the Pharaoh of Egypt?
Maybe.
You haven't been keeping up on your lessons, Anna. Joanna.
Father Valentine, I've been a little busy. And I kind of like gesture to this party.
I'm in a whole new world now. Yeah.
You sent me out into the brand new world.
He says, I'll jog your memory. In the story of the Hebrew Midwives, Pharaoh ordered all male children to be killed at birth. And the Hebrew Midwives wanted to honor God more than they wanted to honor the Pharaoh, which is a very noble motivation. Of course, God is our highest priority in any of the actions that we take. And so, what was more important? Saving the life of an innocent child? Or not lying? There are things that are done in a time of war. And
we're in war?
And war doesn't have to be actual on-the-ground fighting. It can be, well, a colder war than that. And in a time like that, where social conventions have already been broken, where people are already being horrid to each other, lying to preserve the greater good, I don't think God has any problem with that at all.
I'm trying to think if at this point, like, because I really trust him.
Yeah. He's taking a risk here with...
Yeah, like, would he have to roll persuasion for me? Because I don't know if I would straight up insight check him, but I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah. I can make a persuasion check for him. That makes sense.
And I feel like it might be with advantage because I trust him so much.
And I might think that it's some sort of test that he's giving her.
I mean, like, maybe God wants me to be a dancer.
Maybe. Yeah, let me...
I mean, likely.
Yes, let Jesus tell you to break up your boyfriend and become a dancer.
19 and then 27.
I
think that probably works.
God wants me to be a dancer.
Yeah. And so
I'm
again,
like so excited about this because I'm going to be part of 2 sisterhoods. So that's twice as many sisters.
Yeah, it's true.
So okay, but do any of them have pants that travel?
I don't wear pants.
Yeah, nobody wears pants.
I wear a like a one-piece jumpsuit kind of deal.
Well, I like pirates. That works.
And so I just kind of go, Father Valentine, I think I understand now. Thank you for being a vessel, for helping God to speak to me. He wants me to become a blood sister and help understand more about the organization and dance my little heart out. Thank you.
I always knew that I could count on you, Joanna. Cool. And let's go ahead and cut there for a break, and we'll come back and jump back into the mission at hand that, Jordan hasn't actually seen what's been going on in the other part of this.
I don't know anything at all.
We'll catch you up.
We will.
Please do. I don't even... I'm not sure if I remember last season.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. No, none of the other people did either. So we'll be back with Terra Invicta right after this break. Stick around.